Greetings, my name is Robert Provilus. I'm a visual artist, designer, and educator from Brooklyn, New York. The way I found JPW, I actually took a class by Guacole. He had a introduction to fashion design class, and I participated in the class. It was a lecture based, and then after that, he took us outside, door to door, and we went to different manufacturers. And this was one of the manufacturers he introduced me to, and I really liked the vibe of them. I really liked the people. And I continue working with them. Yeah, from there. They advised me on a lot. I was working with a manufacturer already to make this sample actually, and I was working with them for a year, but it was all virtually. They were over there. They were over in LA, and so I didn't get a chance to like talk to them physically. It was a lot of it was just through the phone and through email and stuff like that, and things would go at a slower pace because of that. And eventually I found these JPW, and they're right here in the garment district. I live in Brooklyn. It's about an hour commute for me, and so I'm able to come here regularly during production, check on my samples, check to see how production's doing, and also even just deliver stuff to them. So it just made the whole process way more streamlined. And just being able to talk to them physically, they were able to offer me so much advice on how to make the garment better and things of that nature. For example, we're working on a puffer coat right now, and they're like informing me on like the things that make up the puffer, like for example the inside of it, what polyfill, that, you know what I'm saying, that's new to me. I never worked with a puffer before, but like they're advising me as we build, and that's just always how it's been. You know what I'm saying, like I don't have a true fashion background. I kind of just been learning as I go and learning from YouTube and stuff like that, and like bringing these complex designs, they're able to just give me the advice that I need. Yeah. Communication, JPW has really good communication. Like I'm able to come here and talk to them physically. This is the only manufacturer I've ever worked with physically. I worked with many manufacturers over the years. Some in this country, over there in California, some overseas, even like in Europe. I've worked with a couple different manufacturers, but the communication had always been through text and things like that. And no matter how well they know how to text or write and things like that, things can always get lost when you texting through information and things like that. It's just a lot better communication. Yeah. In terms of quality, I would say I worked with manufacturers overseas and stuff like that, but rarely do I take my very complicated designs overseas because, like I said, the communication isn't there, and when there's so many parts of a garment, it's hard to source over there. I'm over here. Like I remember one time I was working with a manufacturer in Vietnam, and I was sending zippers. I was doing research in their region to find zippers in their region, and I'm mailing zippers in their region to their manufacturer without seeing the zippers, and like things came back, the zippers were the wrong colors. Just like a lot of things could go wrong when you're not physically there and seeing the things. I'm able to see everything, and we're able to talk face to face. Honestly, I have nothing to compare it to. Like, it's just a great experience working here. For real, working with JPW. One thing I would recommend for somebody who's interested in working with JPW, and this is, I feel like, advice for working with any manufacturer, I would say come prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest advice I could give anybody. I remember the first time I found a manufacturer in the garment district, it was actually early on in my fashion design practice, and all I had was like barely a sketch and things like that. And I didn't have the fabric sourced yet. I didn't know what materials I wanted to use, and I wanted to make a sample with them. They said, okay, we're gonna email you, and they never emailed me back. And that's not because like they're just mean. Like they had, like I wasn't prepared. You could tell I had a very complex design, but I didn't have things in place already. I took the time, I got better with my practice and understanding on how to build garments, and coming here, I already had a little bit of knowledge. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I had the fabric sourced already and things like that, so things were just able to go way smoother. Yeah, I definitely recommend if you're working with a manufacturer, try to come prepared as possible. But at the same time, what I like about JPW is that like I don't have all the answers, and they're able to advise me with the things that I do need. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not fully prepared, and they're able to help me and gain knowledge through the process. Yeah, I have a pair of pants similar to this that goes with these, and the pants are super complicated. I developed the pattern online digitally on a software called Clo 3D, and I worked with a nice dude in Pakistan named Saiful, who helped me develop the 3D mock-up and pattern for the design. So we made it digitally, but it didn't physically exist yet. And when I finally sent the pattern and the blueprint to JPW to develop the first sample, there were some challenges because we didn't know where certain pieces fit, but they eliminated certain things, made the pattern better, and just like they tend to do that a lot. Like sometimes I give them a pattern to develop, and they'll make the changes to make it even better. And they'll advise me. They'll say, hey, like this part is unnecessary. It might take too long. It might be too costly. I feel like you should do this instead to make it more costly, more efficient of a building process. And that's been my whole experience with JPW. Like every time I have a design, they just